Well, this weekend, the South Carolina women's basketball team returns to action against Auburn, but before the game, it will be a special celebration. A'ja Wilson is set to have her jersey retired at Colonial Life Arena on Sunday.
Free tickets to a WNBA MVP's jersey retirement? You read that right. South Carolina is literally giving away seats to make sure A'ja Wilson's big day doesn't look like a ghost town. Meanwhile, Iowa fans are shelling out thousands to watch Caitlin Clark's number rise to the rafters.
The Caitlin Clark crash-outs continue, and it's all about the Caitlin Clark now playing for Iowa. Well, she played for Iowa and her jersey being retired on the same day as A'ja Wilson's. You see how it doesn't go the opposite way? Like, nobody really cares. Like, A'ja Wilson has her retirement jersey on the 2nd of February, 2.2. Yeah, she wears 22. Obviously, it's the right thing to do. And then Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, wears the same number to the A'ja fans, so it's the right thing to do.
This isn't just about ticket prices. It's a story of timing, fan loyalty, and maybe a dash of karma. Remember when A'ja couldn't stop throwing shade at Clark? Well, now it looks like the basketball gods have a sense of humor. What led to this tale of two celebrations? Stick around, because we're about to unpack this whole messy situation. Are you ready? Let's go.
A'ja Wilson, who will have her jersey retired on Sunday. Long overdue. I know Don was saying there's a whole process, but if it was up to her, she probably would have had that jersey retired right after she graduated. Already has a statue.
You know what's wild? Wilson doesn't have her jersey retired yet. I mean, seriously, how is that even possible? We're talking about one of the most decorated players in South Carolina history, and her number isn't hanging from the rafters? It's like forgetting to invite the celebrant to her own birthday party. Let's rewind a bit. Wilson was South Carolina's Golden Girl, the crown jewel of their program. She led them to their first national title in 2017, basically putting their basketball program on the map. You'd think they'd have retired her jersey the second she stepped off the court for the last time.
I think A'ja set a standard at South Carolina of giving 110% of who you are, not just 110% of who you are as a player. And I think that's a huge part of her legacy.
But nope. It's been almost 7 years since she graduated, and they're just now getting around to this. 7 years. In that time, LeBron James has changed teams twice, Tom Brady retired, unretired, and re-retired. And we've seen a generational sports phenom from Iowa play 4 years of college basketball and then get drafted to Indiana. But South Carolina couldn't find the time to hang up Wilson's jersey.
Already with a statue out front, A'ja will now have her jersey up in the rafters.
And get this, Wilson already has a statue outside the arena. A statue. She's out there, frozen in bronze, but her jersey's still fair game. It's like building a shrine to someone and then forgetting to put their name on it. The statue went up in January 2021, by the way. So for over 4 years, fans have been walking past a giant Wilson, probably wondering why her number was still in circulation. This delay is raising more eyebrows than a Draymond Green press conference. Is it because everyone suddenly forgot about Wilson? Did her jersey get lost in the mail? Or is there more to the story?
Oh, A'ja had decided hers first. Yeah, they announced A'ja Wilson's first. Clark's jersey's been in the bleachers since preseason. Clark's jersey has been in the bleachers since before they announced A'ja's. There is a reason why there is a nationally televised game, Iowa versus USC, on the 2nd of February. This has been in the works since the day she said, since last February. Since the day she said she was not going to be there, it was in the works.
The timing is interesting, to say the least. Right when Caitlin Clark fever is at its peak, South Carolina decides to make its move. It's like they suddenly remembered, oh yeah, we had a pretty good player too. But instead of feeling like a celebration, it comes across as a desperate attempt to stay relevant in the conversation.
But I mean, damn! She just stepped off campus 20 minutes ago. She getting her jersey retired before A'ja Wilson, who's won multiple championships and...
Yeah, A'ja Wilson didn't win multiple championships in college. That's just factually incorrect. Again, it's as incorrect as you get the date wrong and spelling Caitlin Clark's name wrong.
College, the WNBA, and gold medals. Y'all not gonna let her stretch first, warm up first, get loose first?
You wanna know the really awkward part? South Carolina has this whole policy about jersey retirements. There's supposed to be a 5-year waiting period after a player's final college season. Wilson graduated in 2018. Do the math. They're 2 years late to their own party.
I think we all know it's the truth. That's my favorite part of this. Is I think every single one of us knows that is what's going to happen on the 2nd of February. Is that Caitlin Clark fans are going to be celebrating Caitlin Clark. A'ja Wilson fans are going to be screaming, look at A'ja, look at A'ja, look at A'ja. And I think A'ja Wilson will do a look at me. I will stand by that. Like, that would be, I genuinely think she is going to be, she's going to say something about this. I would be shocked if she doesn't.
Turns out, Wilson's jersey retirement feels more like an afterthought than a celebration. And fans are noticing. It's like South Carolina found Wilson's jersey crumpled up in the back of a closet and went, oh right, we should probably do something with this. Speaking of fans, let's talk about how they're reacting to this whole situation. Because if you thought the delay was bad, wait until you hear about the ticket sales. or lack thereof. It's a comedy of errors that would be funny if it wasn't so sad for Wilson.
Some of these people that she seems to know personally are some of the ones that are crashing out about this. So I think I would not be surprised if Aja Wilson talks about the disrespect from Iowa, which would again be perfectly on brand for Aja Wilson to do that. Either way, though, there are people paying $1,000 to go and see Caitlin Clark's retirement jersey ceremony.
If you want to know what's really mind-blowing about this whole jersey retirement situation? The ticket prices. We're talking about a 3-time WNBA MVP, an Olympic gold medalist, and South Carolina's Golden Girl. And you can snag a seat to her big day for less than the cost of a fancy burger.
Also, it's Aja Wilson's retirement jersey day, right? And, well, her prices for her game are high.
Tickets for Wilson's jersey retirement ceremony at Colonial Life Arena are starting at just $16, and they're not even sold out. Think about what that amount usually gets you at a sporting event. Maybe a hot dog and a small soda, if you're lucky. Certainly not a seat to witness history. It's the kind of price that makes you wonder if there's a catch. But nope. That's the actual price to see her jersey go up in the rafters. And guess what? It's still not sold out.
As far as I can tell, Caitlin Clark fans don't give a rip about Aja Wilson's jersey retirement.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement in Iowa City? It's like trying to score front row seats to your favorite concert with people shelling out hundreds for standing room only tickets. Only to find out they've been long gone.
However, in Iowa City, the retirement of Caitlin Clark's number 22 jersey at Carver Hawkeye Arena during Iowa's game against USC is shaping up to be a much bigger spectacle. And of course, this was a tweet that went out talking about $200 to $784 with a bunch of tickets listed over 1,000.
The contrast is so stark, it's like comparing a bustling Times Square to a quiet country road. Colonial Life Arena, with its 18,000 seats, is struggling to fill up for this once-in-a-lifetime event. Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena is bursting at the seams, with them scrambling to find more seats to keep up with the crazy demand.
2 iconic names, 1 historic date. On February 2nd, 2025, women's basketball will celebrate Aja Wilson and Caitlin Clark in ways that cement their legacies forever. As fans debate whose impact is greater, ticket sales tell a story of their own, with Clark's jersey retirement commanding prices more typical of marquee NBA games. We're well past that, folks.
But why such a massive difference? Wilson graduated in 2018, almost 7 years ago. Since then, she's become one of the most accomplished players in the WNBA. You'd think her alma mater would have been eager to hang her jersey in the rafters, but they waited, and now they're scrambling to make this event happen, even giving away free tickets to avoid a ghost town on TV. Fans are wondering why it took so long to honor one of their greatest players. One tweeted, "Why did SC take a whole decade to retire Aja's number? The university's silence is deafening."
This, by the way, is driving Aja Wilson fans nuts. They're furious that this is happening on the same day. Why are they doing this? Oh my God, don't they realize the impact of Aja Wilson, blah, blah. What impact? Stop it.
This isn't just about poor planning. It's about how quickly the tides can turn in sports. Wilson was once the darling of women's basketball, but somewhere along the line, she seems to have lost touch with her fans. Maybe it was her jealousy of Caitlin Clark, or some recent comments that didn't sit well with basketball fans. Whatever the reason, the enthusiasm isn't there anymore. And that's the real tragedy. What do you think led to Wilson's fall from grace?
Aja Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still gonna be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
Remember when people thought Wilson was the undisputed queen of basketball? Well, times have changed, and Caitlin Clark's rise has shaken things up. But the real story here is about how 2 universities handled their star players' legacies, and the difference is striking.
You will be the last to wear number 22, and you'll become the 3rd Hawkeye women's basketball player in history to have her number retired.
And that is what Beth Getz had to say back in April as the Hawks wrapped up their 2nd straight national runner-up season.
Iowa announced Clark's jersey retirement just a week after her final game. Months before the official ceremony, her jersey was already hanging from the rafters, waiting to be unveiled. They picked February 2nd, 2025, 2-2 for number 22, against USC and Juju Watkins on their only nationally televised weekend game. Iowa clearly understands the power of momentum and media attention.
Iowa taking on USC and Juju Watkins, nationally televised game, I believe. February 2nd, 2-2, so it's 22. Everything about it line.
South Carolina's approach to Wilson's jersey retirement couldn't be more different. Despite Wilson's impressive achievements, their announcement felt like an afterthought. Fans were left wondering why it took so long. Then suddenly, in October of 2024, South Carolina makes the big announcement. They've had almost 4 months, and tickets are still not sold out. Talk about being a draw, right?
One of the sentiments that was expressed was, "Oh, it's the same day as Aja Wilson's, how could you do it?" First of all, I remember them announcing A'ja Wilson was getting her jersey retired, but I didn't remember the date or anything. When the Clark news broke, I didn't think about A'ja Wilson. And again, as is the case with Caitlin Clark, this only is going to bring more attention to A'ja Wilson's jersey retirement.
The contrast in fan reactions is telling. When Iowa announced Clark's jersey retirement, social media exploded. People were planning trips to Iowa City and trying to score tickets. But Wilson's announcement? Crickets, followed by confusion. This situation raises questions about how universities handle their star athletes' legacies. Iowa is riding the Caitlin Clark wave for all it's worth, making sure their star player gets the send-off she deserves. The stark contrast between Clark and Wilson's situations tells us something important about the state of women's basketball. It's not just about what you do on the court anymore. It's about how you connect with fans, navigate fame, and build your brand off the court.
But that is a supply and demand thing. Especially in today's day and age, where there's no such thing as a sellout, right? Where you can go to any event you want as long as you're willing to pay for it because of the secondary ticket market.
For Wilson, this jersey retirement should be a crowning moment. Instead, it feels like a missed opportunity. You know what's crazy? We're talking about more than just stats and ceremonies now. The A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark situation is showing us how to win or lose fans' hearts. And let me tell you, these two couldn't be more different.
And we'll get to compare the ratings. Because I would assume that game against Auburn will be televised somewhere. Now, whether or not it's nationally televised, like I think the Iowa game's going to end up being, I don't know. But look, when it comes to tickets, it's a supply and a demand issue. It's that simple. It's a good way to gauge one's popularity.
Both Wilson and Clark are incredible players, but only one is filling arenas right now. It's not the one with a statue outside. Why? It's simple. Clark connects with fans like they're part of her journey. After her final college game, she was out there, expressing gratitude and pride in being a Hawkeye.
Something I'm very thankful for, and obviously I've had some amazing teammates over the course of my 4 years here, and there's been a lot of really good 22s to come before me and play for this program, whether it's Kathleen Doyle or Sam Logic, so that number holds a lot of weight, far beyond my name, and I guess I'm just really grateful, and it'll be a special day when it happens.
Wilson, on the other hand, has had some missteps. Remember those comments about Clark getting too much attention? And how about that whole drama she started about a shoe? Yeah, people noticed. It's like she forgot that sports isn't just about playing well. It's about making people feel something. Clark's popularity isn't just about her skills. It's her personality, her accessibility, her relatability. When she posts on social media, it feels like she's talking directly to you. Wilson seems to be struggling with this, trying to balance gratitude and defensiveness in her posts.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with two schools retiring respective jerseys on the same day. But secondly, if you wanted the focus to be on A'ja Wilson, she'll probably get more attention as the second, most recognized jersey retirement of that day than she would have if she had the stage all to herself on.
This difference in fan engagement is telling us something important about sports today. It's not enough to be great on the court. You've got to be great off it too. Make fans feel like they're part of something bigger. Wilson's jersey retirement ceremony is a wake-up call. South Carolina is giving away free tickets. Can you imagine that happening for Clark? No way. People would be lining up for miles. But it's not too late for Wilson. She's still one of the best players in the world. Can she create a connection with fans? But it'll take more than just social media posts. It needs genuine effort and real vulnerability. In the end, that's what fans want. They want to feel like they're part of something. Clark gets this. She makes every fan feel like they're her biggest supporter. And that's the real lesson here. In today's sports world, you've got to be more than a great player. You've got to be a great person too.
And then there was, Iowa is rushing this. They're rushing, or everything is rushed with Caitlin Clark. No, she just did things faster and garnered more attention. And more notoriety and celebrity and celebration and popularity.
This isn't just about Clark, Wilson, or their jersey retirements. This is a defining moment for women's basketball. We're witnessing a shift in how fans connect with the game and its biggest stars. Clark's meteoric rise isn't just changing what happens on the court. It's rewriting the entire landscape of the sport. So here's the real question. Who's going to be the face of women's basketball in 5 years? In 10? Will Clark continue her ascent? Or will a new superstar emerge to take the spotlight? And when we look back on this moment, will it be the spark that launched a new era? One thing's certain, women's basketball is evolving at lightning speed. The game is changing, the fan base is growing, and the stars leading the charge are bigger than ever. This Clark-Wilson moment? It's just the beginning. The future of women's hoops has never looked brighter. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.